want to put your question in the chat box, and we will try and get to as many of those as possible. There will also be an opportunity at the very end to ask questions that maybe didn't come up during the evening that you would like some input on. With restructuring to try and add another layer of support for PSE, we have, PSE has split into 5 regions. There's the Auburn region, the Northwest region, Spokane, Tri-Cities, and Vancouver. This is the Tri-Cities Central region tonight. We have not gotten rid of zones, so no worries there. It's just another way to help us help you. We, this section of the region covers zones 1, 4, 10, and 13. And we will take a moment to introduce those zones and have the zone directors. So zone 1.
Hello everyone, my name is Chris, last name's Drews. I'm the zone 1 director. Been serving for about 3 months now and just loving it. I want to introduce our Legislative Council representative, Annie Carlson, who is unable to be here tonight. And our membership committee member is Marcy Overturf, and I've seen that she's here. Welcome everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Weir, the Zone 4 Director. I work in child nutrition for Yakima Food Services, and I'm a chapter president there. But for Zone 4, my wonderful team is myself, and our legislative council person is Bev 70 from Zilla, and our membership committee member is Tim Wilson from Sunnyside Transportation.
Hi, my name is Rich Dustin. I am Zone 13 Director for Higher Ed, and for this particular meeting, I am the director for Central Washington University, which also includes the flight instructors that we just signed. Our Legislative Council representative is Cindy White. Our membership committee member is Joetta Seglock, and I don't know if they're here. There's so many people, and I'm really glad to see all of you in here. Yeah, so I guess I'm the final one on this list, so welcome everybody.
Actually, I'm going to jump back in. I am Liz Lewis, Zone 10 Director, and I work for Wenatchee School District in technology, but for this part of the region, Zone 10 represents just part of this region with Brewster, Cascade, Eastmont, Iniat, Grand Coulee Dam, Lake Chelan, Manson, Methow Valley, Nespelem, Okanagan, Omak, and Tenasket. Our legislative rep for Zone 10 is Taylor Hernandez, and our membership committee member is Vicki Hoffman, and we are happy to serve you. And now we would like our staff that is helping out tonight to introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, my name is Travis Tingval. I am a political communications specialist for PSE. I've been with PSE for about 5 years now and absolutely love it and love working with you all. I'm from the membership communications department, so if you receive an email or a hustle text, that could very well be from me. So yeah, thanks for having us on tonight.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Christopher Mobley. I'm Member Engagement Specialist out of the Tri-City office. I was a PSE member for about 16 years. I've been working with PSE for the last 5 years. And the chapters that I work on with is Kennewick, Pasco, Richland, and recently been assigned to work with the Ellensburg and Central Washington University chapters. And I will introduce my good friend, Ray Trevino. He is the member engagement specialist. I'll let him unmute himself.
There you go. Sorry about that. I was trying to unmute myself. I was talking while I was muted. I'm Ray Trevino, member engagement specialist. I've been with PSE for 13 years. Started as a field rep assistant, FSA, to an organizer, now a member engagement specialist. Now I'm on the east side of the map. So welcome everybody. This has been great. This is excellent. So welcome.
This is Deborah Nutt. I'm the Regional Office Coordinator out of the Tri-Cities office and the Spokane office. I was a PSE member for 25 years, and now I've been with the staff for 4 years. I support your field reps, and I support all of you. So glad to have you here today. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Angelica Lopez. I'm a field representative. I was a PSE member for close to 3 years, and now with PSE staff for a little over 2 years. Started as an FSA, now as a field rep. I represent the districts in Asotin, Walla Walla, Pasco, Richland, Sunnyside, and North Franklin. I'm happy to be here.
Hello everybody, I'm Caroline Martin. I'm the new field rep for the North Central area, Zone 10. I was a member for 16 years with Manson. Now I represent Brewster, Cascade, East Montpelier, Grand Coulee, Lake Chelan, Manson, Metcalfe Valley, Nispelem, Okanagan, Omak, and Tonasket. And I'm so happy everybody's here tonight. Welcome.
Everyone, I'm Laurie Schmidt, and I currently have chapters in zones 1, 4, and 3. I am based out of the Tri-Cities office. I am a field rep. In zone 1, I have Findlay, Columbia, Burbank, Kennewick, Kiona, Benton, and Prosser. And then in zone 4, Union Gap, Grandview, and Granger. And in zone 3, Othello and Wahluke. And thanks for being here.
Hi, my name is Ted Rail. I'm a field rep with PSE. I've been with the organization for a little over 3 years. And like Angelica and Ray, I started off as a FSA. I represent chapters in Zone 4 and 2 chapters in Zone 13. The Zone 13 chapters are Central Washington University and Central Washington University Junior Flight Instructors. And I also represent East Valley, Yakima, Ellensburg, Highland, Kittitas, Mabton, Mount Adams, Natchez Valley, Toppenish, Wapato, Yakima Food Services, and Zilla.
Thank you to our fantastic staff who are helping out on our webinar tonight and who help us every day in our chapters. Additionally, we have upcoming webinars all week next week. So if you have forgotten to register or you haven't had a chance to do it, make sure you go into your portal and then into Connect, and under the events link, you can sign up for any and all of the webinars next week. Monday, July 27th, we have Diversity and Inclusion. Tuesday, July 28th, we have Department of Retirement. Wednesday, July 29th, Department of Health. Thursday, July 30th, exclusive member benefits. And Friday, we will be ending with a fantastic keynote speaker, Justin Patton.
Okay, so for the first section tonight, we just want to cover is, I know there's probably a lot of questions right now. We've sent out a lot of text messages today to members. You should have received an email as well about this. We know there's a lot of questions about kind of what's going on with schools opening in the fall. And just the main point we want to cover is just schools do not have final plans yet necessarily. This was not an update that was sent with anything about your position or your current status. Our recommendation as your union is just to look out for you with any situation. With COVID-19, there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding schools reopening in the fall, and that's why we are encouraging any less than 12-month employees to file for unemployment prior to the start of the school year, even if you have signed a NORA letter. The reasoning behind that is so that it will be retroactive as opposed to going ahead and applying in the fall. It's basically just in case, just to cover your bases. It can't hurt to file, so that's kind of why we're recommending it right now. So yeah, if there's anybody else that wants to kind of cover that, but that's pretty much why we're sending out those communications right now. It's not to do with your position. It's not to comment on that at all. It's just our recommendation just to make sure we're looking out for you.
Travis, I've done the whole Zone 10 area and I've gotten a lot of responses like, do you know something I don't? No, we're just giving you the tools in case they become necessary. Thank you.
Okay, and there is a full landing page on the PSE website. We'll give you the link to the website at the end, but we have a link right there. It says, click here to check your eligibility, which takes you to the ESD website. They have a little chat bot function where you can chat with someone. They're really the ones that can answer most of your specific questions about this. Our recommendation is just that you have your options explored right now and make sure that you cover your bases. We don't know what's going to happen in the fall necessarily. It's kind of an interesting time for all of us that we're going through right now. So yeah, we just recommend to cover our bases and go ahead and apply now before the school year starts.
Hello again, everyone. It's Michelle. We wanted to take a minute to talk about zone council meetings. As each zone director, per our state bylaws, the zone council shall consist of the zone director and all chapter presidents. However, each chapter president may choose a designee to represent their chapter. Each zone director may do their meetings differently, but they're required to have 2 each year and a pre-convention bylaws meeting. The purpose of these meetings is usually for your zone director to pass on information from the state and get feedback from you to take back to the board and to the state level. Each zone director can has a little freedom to do theirs the way they want. I've been very lucky to join Zone 1, and they're fantastic zone directors, to do some trainings and group zone council meetings. It's a lot of fun and we get great involvement that way. But we wanted to ask you guys, all of our members here tonight, what do you think the goal of these meetings are and what the needs of our leaders are? So I'm not sure if people are able to unmute, but if you can definitely comment what you think the zone council meetings are for, or what you would like to see out of them. We would really appreciate it. Or you can, if you don't feel comfortable, you can add them in the chat.
So I have a few trainings, communication and negotiations with districts. Zone meetings are good ways to distribute information down to the membership. Keeping updated with current news about what's going on within the union.
Susan from Ellensburg says she feels that these meetings are to help all of the school employees, and she's definitely right. Many non-chapter presidents have attended zone council meetings and have been a great part of the discussions. But there's only one vote per chapter, so that is the president or their designee. But I agree, Susan, that it is a great help and a way to communicate with all of our members.
Want to go on to the next question?
Sure, I will ask the members here tonight, how do online meetings work? If you've tried them, if you've been afraid to try them, why? And what can we do to help you maybe battle those fears of trying one? Or how have they been working for you so far?
Hi, this is Blanca from Pasco, PAES Secretary's Chapter President. And we have been doing our online meetings, working with Angelica, doing our negotiations, and then also meeting as a group, the negotiation group. So it's been working really well for us.
Is there anybody who's seen some increased participation or decreased participation by having online meetings?
I just want to say one thing. We were one of the first chapters in Kennewick Transportation to ratify our contract via an online meeting. So very, very beneficial.
Thank you, Chris. I personally am looking forward to using these meetings at the zone level and in my own chapter more. It is something that's a little scary for me, but I think we're going to have great participation, especially in this ongoing COVID era. But I just wanted to mention that at this time, we are not allowed to do elections via online meetings. If that becomes available, PSE will definitely let us know the process for that.
Ready for the next slide, Travis? All right, everybody, welcoming new hires. So that's one of the things you're probably hearing a lot about within the last couple of years since we've had the Janus decision. One of the great things that we do have in our benefit here in Washington State is a couple of different laws that give us an opportunity with the employer to meet with these new employees to make sure that they understand that they have a union, and that to hear all the great benefits that come with having a union, having a great union job, and and giving them the opportunity to participate within their union. So RCW 4156-037 basically gives new employees access to the union, and an opportunity for us to have 30 minutes with those like a new employee orientation, or just having a conversation with that new employee who is a new hire within the first 90 days of their hire. One of the great things about that is that we have the opportunity to bargain that into a contract, work with the employer, and make sure that those things are happening. I don't know if anybody might speak to like the importance, if you want to put into the chat some of the important reasons of why it is why we greet new hires as soon as possible, so that we know that they have the opportunity to join the union.
And can I add a little bit to that, Chris?
Yeah.
It's important that we connect with them right from the beginning, even before they start, as they're filling out their paperwork. It's paramount that we talk to them about the importance of being a member, what are the benefits from becoming a member, so that they actually get the accurate information as opposed to getting it from someone else. A lot of times they don't get the accurate information, they get secondhand information by the time we get to them. So it's important that we get to them from the beginning before they even start employment. I know that's sometimes hard, but for some of these chapters, if you can reach to them as they are hired, doing their paperwork is always the best time to talk to them.
Ready to go on to the next slide. So we would like to hear from you about some best practices and what is working inside your chapters. Feel free to unmute yourself or add into the chat box. I do know of a couple of people that I might be interested in calling on. How about KAESP? I know that you have a really good program over there going on, and I know if there's any Richland paraeducators over there, you do an excellent job of doing that. Any other chapters that are out there? I'd like to take a moment to kind of share your experiences about what you're doing to welcome new hires.
If nobody else is going to step up, I know Chris Drews with Kennewick Transportation, they have a great program, and she's actually one of the key players in that. Chris?
Well, thanks, Laurie. We've kind of just developed a committee out of our executive committee to get out and meet new people. We're not necessarily notified by the district in a timely fashion, but we have that advantage of we're all in the same building, all transportation's there. So a new face just going out and saying, hey, I'm Chris. Are you familiar with our union? I have an enthusiasm, and it's near and dear to my heart to get to know these new people and making them feel welcome. And we have pictures being taken of new hires. They're posted on the wall with their names, and everyone is, it's just a really good feeling.
Chris, I agree. Even if I see a lot of comments that they're not able to get to meet their members or not even notified of new hires until after they've been hired. And I understand that's frustrating, but like Chris was saying, even if it's after they're hired, as soon as you know about them, trying to get in touch with them and create that connection so they know that somebody is there for them is one of the best things that all of us can do. I enjoy meeting my new members in more of a casual situation because it's really hard to stop what you're doing in food services and have a meeting with someone. So we like to get together after or outside of work and really just get to know them, to know what they need from their union.
Can I say a couple more things? Stephanie, I just saw your comment. Thank you so much. We had like a phone blitz, Mobley and I and Monty and Cookie, and we reached out to a lot of new members via phone right after the pandemic shut down schools. And I had just great success. Steffi Abora just put a chat on that it made her feel welcome, and just being that first contact and making that extra effort. Thanks, Stephanie.
All right. So what do you as members and chapter leaders need to continue with your successes in welcoming new hires?
Chris, before we go on, we have someone in the chat who raised their hand. They've logged in as Moon Roller.
Okay.
Does that individual want to ask a question?
Sorry, I wasn't noticed that I raised my hand. Sorry about that, just ignore.
Oh, it's okay.
No worries. Thank you, Jody. So what are the things that you need to continue your successes as chapter leaders and members to ensure that you are able to get notifications as you need to and to be welcoming those new hires? So one of the things that I do see here is faster notification. Like one of the challenges, I mean, that we have definitely seen throughout is trying to get that information as fast as we can with the district, and that comes with bargaining great language within your contract, and then enforcing that contract to ensure that you're getting it that language is being followed within the with the district. So Heather Morrow had asked, could there be a welcome packet with a shirt and a water bottle after they've signed up? There is definitely some options that your chapters can work on together. We do have new member packets that are available that chapter leaders can order. You could get them either through your member engagement specialist, your field representative. We also have a spot on the portal where you can order those new member packets that include like some information about the union as well as a membership form for them to fill out and send in. We also have like the electronic form as well that works. And then, the t-shirt and the water bottle, those are some great ideas that your chapter leadership can utilize as an opportunity to try and to welcome new employees to your union. You get a list of, yes, ma'am.
Chris, Blanca said that she wanted a list of their new hires before the orientation and not after. And I just wanted to comment that that would be fantastic. But in a lot of chapters, they're still trying to bargain that strong contract language. So something that I had to do until we can get that done is suggest something creative. So our HR director created some sort of data mining. So every Monday, it downloads any new hire for Yakima Food Service and sends me an email. A lot of the time there's nothing in it, but at least I know every Monday I can count on that. So at the very least, it'll be a week that someone has been hired before I know about it. And that's a great improvement from what we have been getting. So keep trying, and if you have questions, reach out to some other leaders and see what creative things they're doing. Thank you for the question, Blanca.
And actually, Blanca, I want to check in with you. I'll update you on that because everybody, Blanca's with the Pasco School District, and we do have some procedures in place for that your membership officers are doing, and I can kind of update you on that after this meeting is over, maybe later on in the week. All right, we'll move on to the next slide, Travis.
Member retention and technology. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, PSE conducts audits 3 times a year. This is a little different than the regular transfer of information from school district to PSE of new hires and terminations, things like that. The membership department at the PSE office really does an exceptional job of sorting through all of the information they get, making sure that if there's any duplicates, those are updated so that our percentage numbers are accurate. They also look for, they're collecting phone numbers and emails so that we can send out accurate information from PSE to our members. And I had the privilege of sitting with one of our membership specialists, Jeffrey, and watching him do it. And it is mind-boggling the amount of data that they have to sort through for these audits. But it is very important that they have accurate information from all of our chapters, because that also helps make sure that we're getting correct dues reimbursement for each chapter.
Thanks, Michelle. I also have helped a few of our chapters do this on a chapter level. It takes time, but it can also kind of be interesting and fun. If your membership person needs help with this, there's plenty of other people that can help. We sat around a table. One person, as an example, had the list from the portal. One person had the list from the state. One person had the list from the district, and one person had the list from our own chapter. And we just went one by one, each name, to do a quick audit. Were all of the lists accurate on that name? And we moved on to the next. It takes a while, but it's very gratifying when you get it all figured out. And the first time through, it can be a little bit harder. You can easily work with the state. They are happy to help you. If you find a mistake, you can let them know, and they will work back and forth with you. I see that a few of the people have mentioned that they have found that a lot of the information was not correct. Work with that department. They're happy to help you because it's all better if we all have accurate records.
You want to go on to the next?
Okay, everybody. So we're going to do our first poll question now. Can we just throw that up on the screen? So we're talking about technology and strengthening chapters. And oh, that's not quite the right poll question yet. Let's go to the first one if we could. So we basically want to know, have you logged into the PSE member portal and connect yet? So let's go ahead and give everyone a second to fill this out.
Christopher, can you let people that are phoning in know what they need to do?
Actually, so if you're folding in, you can't use do the poll.
Travis, while people are filling that out, I just wanted to remind everyone that if you are here all the way to the end of our presentation tonight, we are doing 2 giveaways. We have a $100 Fred Meyer gift card and a $100 gift certificate to the PSE store.
Yeah, that's going to be a great giveaway. So a reminder, you do need to be present to win that. So what we're going to do at the very end is we will randomly draw someone, and if you're on the call, you win. And if not, we are going to go to the next name. So do we have the poll results yet? Does everybody have a chance to do that?
About 124 people have voted.
Oh, excellent. So it looks like the majority have logged in to the PSE member portal and connect, which is excellent. So we're going to go ahead and do a little demo of that here in a few minutes to kind of show those of you who haven't, and maybe those of you who have, you'll learn some new features as well. If anybody who hasn't logged in, we're just curious, is there a reason why? If you want to take yourself off mute and let us know, this would be a great time to do that. We're just curious.
Well, it took me quite a while because it wouldn't work on my Kindle where I could use internet, but now that I have internet at home, I did.
Excellent. Well, we're glad it worked for you eventually.
Thank you, Travis.
Yeah. All right, so we'll dive into Connect a little bit here in a few minutes, but we're going to cover some more technology here. All right, actually, you know what? We're going to do it right now. So here's a little page we put together that just kind of shows how to log in. We know that not everybody quite knows how, or maybe they have tried to log in once and couldn't. But this is a really amazing tool, especially now during the pandemic and during COVID, for us to all really stay connected. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick here. So this is the PSE website. This is where you'd first go to access the portal. Really quick, as I mentioned earlier, if you did have any questions about unemployment, this is the page that we put together. So you can just click right here, and there's an FAQ from the ESD and a link to the website as well. But in the top right here, you'll see log into my portal. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to put my credentials in here. And a really quick way too, if you aren't sure if you have an account or if you logged in or you can't remember your password, if you click here to reset your login information, you can just put your first, last name and home email and you can get reset. It's super easy. But for the time being, let's go ahead and put my credentials in here and we'll log in. So the first faces you're greeted with are our wonderful board of directors here. With a little welcome message. And just like any other account for another website, this is everything about your union membership right here. I did see something in the chat about asking about someone didn't receive email for several years, it sounds like. And if you go into here under my profile and my info, I just want to show you really quick. This is all the information we have on file for you. So if you're curious why you're not receiving email or text, it could be that we just don't have something on file for you, or maybe we have the wrong address. So you can go in here and you can update everything and then just make sure to hit save here at the bottom. So you can do that anytime. So then you can also resubscribe for PSE emails. So if you've unsubscribed on accident or something like that. We also have benefits here, so you can see all of your PSE member benefits. Highly encourage you to check out our webinar next week as well. That's going to go over a lot of this in really great detail. You're going to see my resources here. So this is where you're going to see older issues of The Voice, the leaderboard, our newsletters. You'll see the bylaws, you'll see your contract, all sorts of good stuff. And then if you go into your chapter summary here, you can see how much you're currently paying in dues and who your chapter leadership is as well. So that's really important. My events shows everything that's coming up at PSE. This is just a page with questions about the SEB, the School Employees Benefits Board, if there's any questions there. Rick Chiza is our Government Relations Director, and he keeps a blog here under legislative updates that's got some really good information coming from the governor's office and the legislature. COPE, we're going to cover a little bit later. And if you need to contact anybody on PSE staff or the board or the Ledge Council or the membership committee, you'll find their contact information here. But primarily what I want to show you tonight is Connect. So if you're not familiar with Connect, it is an online community for PSE members. So if we click here, it's going to redirect us to the platform. And I know this might be a little bit confusing, but you actually don't need to sign in twice. You can just go ahead and click on Connect here, and it will redirect you to your communities here. So think of it kind of like a message board. So you're going to scroll down, you should have a community for your chapter, and then all members are automatically in the all member community. So if you click here, for instance, we can go and take a look at what's been posted in the discussions. So if you caught us with a webinar with Superintendent Rakedahl a couple weeks ago, this is where we posted the video for that. You can scroll down here and just say more. And I just highly encourage you to get on here and kind of explore. There's a lot of good discussion threads from members across the state. If you have any classification specific questions too, you have a classification community. So if you're a paraeducator, you have a paraeducator community, transportation community. So you can connect with folks within your job classification. Right now though, I want to draw the attention. This is a pretty new tab here. If you click on events, you will see all of our upcoming events for you to register for. So as we mentioned at the beginning, we're separating these meetings this week into regions. But if you scroll down, you will also see where you can register for our Diversity and Inclusion webinar, the Department of Retirement Services, Department of Health, member benefits, and Justin Patton, our keynote speaker. So that in a crash course is Connect. definitely highly encourage you to get on here and check it out. Let us know, the membership and communications department, we're always happy to answer any questions. But get on there and check it out. It's a good way to stay connected during this time especially. We've had chapters utilize it for Zoom links, they posted bargaining surveys, they posted tentative agreements. It's a really good place to post secure conversations and documents that's kind of away from Facebook and social media. We know not everybody really uses that, and also potentially non-PSE members could see that as well. So that's the big thing about this, is it's secure. You have to be a PSE member to access it. So it's a great benefit, and we hope more and more folks continue to get on here and check it out. So I haven't checked the chat here. Are there any questions that we had about Connect really quick?
So Travis, there was just a couple of comments regarding those who are PSE members and were having trouble getting their account reset. So I just kind of put in there the 1-800 hotline number. And please don't try to create a new account because you already have one. Just contact the helpline and they will help get you logged in.
Yeah, and I think that's potentially where some of that confusion is coming from, is when we get lists from the district, when we do our membership audits, we automatically create accounts for potential members. So if they go on there and we have their email address, they already have an account. So if they click I'm new here, and they can kind of fully create their account, and then when they log in, they can actually sign a membership form electronically as well. So we definitely don't have to have paper forms anymore. So if you're out and about, the portal is a great resource for building stewards and chapter leaders. If you don't have a membership form on you and you're greeting a new hire, you can sign them up right from the portal. So it's super duper easy and helpful. Oh, and thank you, Cookie. Yeah, KESP also posts meeting minutes on their chapter community. That's a really, really good idea. Again, we have definitely some anti-union groups like the Freedom Foundation who are, definitely hounding our members quite a bit, and they would love nothing more than to see unions go away. So this is nice that this is a secure spot away from those anti-union groups to really post confidential, just chapter union business. So we definitely encourage you to use that if you're not already, and your chapter might already be using it as well. So get on there and check it out. So unless there were any other questions about Connect, I think we can go back to the presentation here. So thanks everyone. Again, we will definitely be available to answer any questions. We'll give the hotline number at the end here, and we can go from there.
Okay, before I start on this, I just want to kind of trail off with Travis on what he was talking there. Please, please do not use your work emails to send vital information back and forth, because those emails may not be safe. I just installed 3 firewalls and I think they're already outdated for the university. So please don't do that. Please try to keep it into Connect. So 21st century unions, how do we utilize to strengthen chapters, especially during COVID-19 situation? And I'd like to add something to that too. I'd like people to think about what these communication methodologies might look like after COVID. Because in 1918, when they had the last huge pandemic of this size, a lot of things changed that people didn't think would change. And once they implemented those things, they found out that they worked really well and they didn't go back to doing things the old way. Members want transparent, conveniently accessible information about their chapters due to their busy schedules. What are your chapter's plans to utilize technology for 2020 to 2021? Online posting of agendas, minutes, documents, chapter communities, online chapter meetings, Zoom, online voting, ratifications, VIBA, bylaws, amendments, etc. Chris asked a question, how many people have noticed an increase in their general membership meetings and chapter meetings? I can tell you at Western, it's tripled. And we actually tried different things. We tried before COVID to implement some kind of an online system for people that just refuse to leave their desk at lunchtime and come to a meeting. No response whatsoever. So this is, again, everything is being affected by COVID, and how much of that's going to stay that way when COVID is, this whole situation is done with. So I'd like to know, so I don't just sit here and talk this whole time. I want to hear, please put it in the chat room. What do you guys expect to see? What do you want to see in communications? And of course, we all want it interactive. We have multiple Facebook chapter accounts out there. They're interactive. I personally use Twitter a lot because I get to see what's going on with other unions and how they do things. It allows me to take that information and bring it back to PSE and put that on the table and say, wait a minute, what about this? Or what about that? Information's good stuff. So yeah, I'd like to hear, type away, please. I'd like to see what's in you guys' mind, and I'd like to hear if there's a problem with Connect, what your problems with Connect are.
While people are typing away, I did see a comment earlier that some people find Connect and the new portal not as easy to navigate as before. I myself would agree with that, but I think it's very it just takes some time getting used to. So I myself in my chapter, and hopefully in Zone 4, will be having several trainings for some of the online formats that we are using now, so that people can get familiar with it. And I think once that happens, it will be a lot more beneficial. I see some comments that some members haven't tried Connect yet. So I encourage you, as you do get in there and try it and just play around and see how you like it, message your chapter leaders or message your zone director, or tell somebody what your feedback is so that we can hopefully make it more user-friendly if that's possible.
Yeah, and I just want to say too, with Connect, it's a really good opportunity for us to encourage members to use it during the COVID-19 situation, because we physically cannot meet in person. So this new technology is really important. We know there's a learning curve, and folks are at different levels of technology and even different levels of internet access. So we definitely understand that, but we are trying to push forward as best we can and keep the resources available to PSE members as cutting edge as we can. Safe, secure, online, that's definitely kind of where we're moving. So we're here to answer any questions, but that's definitely the direction we definitely want to go. So hopefully more and more folks will start using this technology even more and come up with some creative ideas for how to use it in their chapters.
I see one question here. I have to admit that I use the chapter Facebook page more than Connect. I think that was Susan Yearout. Can you expand a little bit on that for me, please?
Well, partly because I use Facebook more because I could do it on my Kindle and my phone before I got internet with my laptop.
So this is kind of like a platform versus what the hardware is and is capable of. And I have to admit that one thing that I find very sluggish, is that a word? Sluggish with Connect is the phone, the mobile phone non-app. I don't know, it's kind of an app. I'm still waiting. Hopefully the developers are working on that to get that going a little bit better.
One of the benefits that definitely do go very well with Connect is that you can, there are ways when you post files like your labor management meeting minutes, there's a way to actually take the link and post it on Connect securely onto your Facebook group. In your leadership group, your Leadership Connect page, there is actually a training that we just recently did a couple of weeks ago regarding how to utilize and integrate Connect with Facebook. So you could post your meeting minutes, you could get the link, and so you could post, hey, I posted the meeting minutes, here's the link to go to them, and all your members have to do is log in and it directly sends them to those meeting minutes. So there's some really good opportunities to utilize Connect and Facebook together in tandem with each other.
So Chris, I'm not aware of that capability, but if that does, so it just basically gives you a link on Facebook with a, I don't know, title page or some kind of picture or whatever. Since you click on that and it goes to it, and then a member has to log in then through that link.
Right. Right, and the benefits through that one is instead of just saying I posted something on Connect, it goes directly to that file. So you don't have to log into the portal, log into Connect, go to your community. It goes directly to the file that you posted. So that's really the benefit from it, is it's still secure, that it's not open to the outside group, and but you're able to, and they still have to log in, but it goes directly to that file. And we do, I believe Tom did a training just the weekend right after 4th of July or before 4th of July on that. And the recording of that training regarding those abilities are in the Connect community for leaders.
So now things are starting to fill in and I can't read this fast. Okay. Yeah, right. Some people love the links in Connect.
Denise Adams says, excellent, she will watch the training. That's a great point, that these trainings are now available to be posted in Connect, so that if people aren't available to watch them live, they can go back into Connect and still have the benefit of those trainings.
And one of the great things that we talk about the recordings, I've been working with some of my chapters. We've been posting steward meetings onto Connect, so that the members can actually see what's happening within those steward meetings. And we've also been posting the recordings of chapter meetings inside Connect, so that the members who were unable to attend the chapter meeting can just watch the video.
So here's someone that says, I would like to see chapter meeting minutes posted. I've always been able to attend the meetings, but would like a way to keep current. Are all the chapter meetings being posted, or is that just on a voluntary basis? The minutes.
That's by per chapter, depending upon what the chapter practice is.
Rich and Christopher, we have Tiffany in the chat that raised her hand.
Okay. I'll give Tiffany, if you want to unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, okay, no worries. Okay. Okay, do we want to move on?
Pretty much covered.
Okay. All right, so we want to keep be respectful of everybody's time. So let's go ahead and go on to the next item. Okay, so we're going to break everybody up and we're going to have a couple of different discussions within these breakout rooms. They're mostly going to be by classification. So we're going to ask you to talk about a couple of different things. And so we're going to ask you to ask the questions of what does return to work look like for you in your classification? And what are some safety and personal concerns that you have? And what are the needs that you need from your union to be able to feel safe to go back to work when your schools do open and everybody's going back to school? Now, Rama's going to help with us to divide everybody up into those breakout rooms.
There, my name is Michelle Childs, and I'm one of the MESs, but I'm on the north side, and I was just going to be a silent observer tonight, but since nobody's talking, somebody needs to get the discussion going. So, Robin, can you tell me who we have in the room? What profession, what job classification do we have?
Let me check that, Michelle, because I'm showing you only have one person in your room. So I think we need to put you in a particular breakout. I only see, Doris, are you there? George. Hi, George.
What do you do, George?
George, you're muted.
It's probably a good thing.
George, did you have a thing pop up on your screen to move you to a breakout?
I did.
And?
I hit decline.
This is the former members room.
I love it.
We're the lurkers.
I see about 10, 12 people in here. They're all muted.
I'd love to hear from them.
Tina and Joy Pretty and Martha Pearson, Linda Winden, Jennifer's in here. Oscar.
There's Linda. Linda, what do you do for work?
I'm a para in Kennewick District. I don't know how I ended up here.
You got lucky.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Linda, I can put you in that group. Just one moment.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Hi, this is Bev. I changed computers. Will you put me in the secretary group, please?
It's the awkward silence. So Linda, what do you think work's going to look like for you when you go back? You're on mute, by the way.
That's because I got a lot of noise in the background. I don't know, because today we were just hearing about putting in for unemployment. And I thought, well, I'm in the top third. I'm on page 3 of our union list, and I shouldn't have to worry about, whatever. And now they're saying, make sure you're registered for unemployment. So I don't know. And then I'm thinking, okay, what about my medical benefits? And how am I going to continue my husband's and my sons? And, all those things. So I don't know.
I think the message.
Because here in Kennewick, we're at 1.5.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's concerns.
What has work been looking like for you? A lot of Zoom meetings?
Well, you know, we haven't had anything since June, but we came back the last couple weeks and did a bunch of administrative paperwork and stuff for the, you know, shutting down for the year. But we've had Zoom meetings with the kids and did help nutrition services with passing out meals. And I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot. There was like some of the girls that are bilingual, they worked a lot through that period of time. But most of us didn't have a lot to do. It's kind of hard long distance to support your teachers.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it was good to go back for those 2 weeks. It felt good, like, oh, I've got to get back to work, you know. So, you know, we're ready to be done with all this.
I'm sure you miss the kids at times. I'm a former PSE member, and that was my biggest hang up. I miss the kids. I just
it's like you want to do something for someone, you know. I mean, we love seeing the light bulbs go on for our kids, and then you're at home planting gardens and doing chickens and whole different ball of wax. Yeah, I'd rather be at work.
What age group do you work with?
Elementary.
Elementary, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
For 10 years, so I'm like ready to go back.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to join my breakout.
Okay.
There you go, Michelle.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Oh.
We were trying to move her to her group, but she was talking and didn't click on her option to go to her group. Jody's telling me 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I don't know where Doris is.
I'm going to take my camera off. But we're still here, Michelle.
Yeah, I'm across the room.
So Janet, are you still there? She was mid-sentence when we came back. Do you just finish your sentence since you were mid-sentence?
Yeah, I just, because the schools there, they have so many solutions. see, they prevent from a lot of those cases that happened. So take a temperature before you enter the building. That's the first issue. And then once there's one student got a fever or got a virus, one student, that class, whole class stop, and everybody stay home for 2 weeks. If two students happened they got the virus, whole school stop. So they pretty really serious on those giving those solutions, and they prevent from a lot of cases that happen. That's some a little ideas to think of. I'd like to know the solution from school district when they think of open school again.
Thank you, Janet.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. You're muted, Chris. It's okay. We all
Thank
do
you,
it to
Tony.
ourselves. All of us do it to ourselves.
So do we have any groups that would like to report back with their conversations that they had in the group? We have about just under 10 minutes to kind of recap where we were at. So we'll try to do this until about 7:52.
I'll be quick, Chris. Our group was, a lot of the concern is obviously folks that have classes with special needs kids that they're having problems with them as it is. And then to put another layer on top of everything else with having them wear a mask, how are they going to be protected and so on. The other issue is, are these children or students going to be screened at the front door before they even step to the classroom or the schools? What is the protocol? Are the districts discussing this? Are we as a union discussing this with the district in coordination with them to make sure that not only are the students safe, but also our employees and members are safe as well? So a lot of the safety concerns are that. The other ones are parents going to be understandable if one of their children is sick, they kind of have some of these symptoms and they're told, well, you know, you may want to go get your child tested before we allow them to come in school. How is the reaction going to be with some parents that may not take that very well, and so on. So some of the safety concerns are not only with them, but also with Mary Cohen shared a little bit of what they're doing. Do you want to share that, Mary, a little bit of what you discussed, if you don't mind?
Sure. I was just saying that our staff, we've got a board. Matter of fact, my other co-president is on as well tonight, and she is on that board. And they have made up rules and regulations to get the kids back into the school. They're still working on them, but one of the things that they said they were going to do was check all temperatures of all kids before they come in. And the staff are going to check their temperatures. Our union has decided to let the staff check them at home, monitor themselves at home, and then they have to bring that sheet in, and we have to turn it in. I don't know how often. I don't think they've figured that out. The teachers haven't decided what they want to do, but we're going to do some self-monitoring of temperatures. And I mean, they're moving forward as best as we can, especially since we're only in a phase 1.5 here in Chelan County, you know, at this time. So, but you know, we're trying. We're trying. We want to be back in school. We do not want to be online, but and it's looking like we might be doing the first 2 months. I think Ray, you earlier said 2 months, and then yeah, we might end up doing that. So we're not real sure at this point. They're still trying to figure it out. So
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. So I saw Karen Oni, you had your hand raised. Oh, gonna ask you to unmute.
Okay, our group discussed the safety concerns of the drivers and the attendants. You know, we know that children, you know, they're not going to be wearing their masks. They're going to be switching them and playing with them, and it's just going to be chaos. We just don't know from the bus point of view how that's going to work. And we haven't really heard a whole bunch yet until, you know, we still have a couple weeks, I guess. So just mainly safety concerns on the drivers. You know, if we know we can't wear the shield things because that would be too dangerous on driving. I don't know. Are they going to put attendants on every route? It's just, there's a lot of questions.
I think we're hearing that a lot, that there's just question after question after question, and it's really hard for everybody to, like, with the situations changing daily, to get answers to those questions quickly. It's been really tough.
Exactly, yeah. And so right now, if we feel like we're still just too early to know anything.
Deborah Crosby had raised her hand. She's also a driver.
Deborah?
Maybe she didn't mean to.
Yeah, and with the, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. With the school buses, what I'm understanding is we're exempt from the social distancing. And I'm really concerned about that, as far as if we're traveling with our windows down, the kids are going to be throwing their masks out the window. Just, I don't feel safe in having the kids crammed in the buses like that.
Very good point. Do we have any custodians that would like to report back? Do we have a custodial group that might want to report back on what they had in conversation? Or secretarial staff?
Well, the secretaries are the same. They really haven't heard what the expectations are yet. They understand there may be some plexiglass put in the areas. And of course, a lot of the office are very tightly knit together. So, and it's also the hub. People come in to chit chat. There's a little bit of concern about that, if everybody's going to wear their mask and what that's going to look like. Social distancing. One of our members was a librarian, which I was too in my earlier life. So I loved hearing from her. And what do we do with the books? How do we keep them clean? No one knows yet. So there's so many different variables to look at. Lots of concerns.
One of the things that was brought up, I was with the para educators, was to make sure that when you're bargaining with the districts, to talk about trainings. Yeah, they might give you Google Chromebooks, but do you know how to use them? Just in all the programs, there's going to be probably a lot of online courses, and are you going to know how to use them? So just don't forget about those kind of things when you're bargaining.
It sounds like we have a lot of the groups in the same boat. They have a lot of concerns, but we really don't have information yet. So, I mean, we really just want to encourage people to keep in communication with their district. And once those decisions are made, really get with your field rep and make sure that you are bargaining the impact of the decision. Chris, are you ready to move on to the next section?
Let's move on to the next section. Thank you, Michelle, for closing that out. That was great. Travis, do you want to go ahead and share your screen again? I think we're going to go to strengthening our chapters and zones with Ms. Schmidt and Chris Druce.
And you all still can see my screen, correct?
No.
Oh. My bad. One moment. Okay, can you see now?
There you go.
Beautiful.
Okay, with this slide, what we're going to do on this presentation is discuss ways that we can strengthen our zones and our chapters. Next slide, please. Take a look at these people. Each one has a specific job to make these wheels go round. Sure, one person can make this vehicle go pretty darn fast, but if you want to go the distance, you need to have a strong team, develop specific talents, and building on that. Next slide, please.
All right, so we all are busy, right? I mean, I know whenever I go to, I just don't have time. But there are so many things that you could do that only take a few minutes, maybe once a month. Some of those ideas are like to help disseminate information in your building. That's easy, just to kind of hand out flyers, hand out information to people in your building. You could help with a newsletter. If you have, maybe you're good at typing, English is a strong suit for you. Get with your leaders and say, hey, I'd like to be a part of that. We can disseminate the information out. That's one way to build a strong union so everybody knows what's going on. If you don't have a whole lot of time, you can always just get on a couple committees like scholarship, grievance panel, those type that don't meet very often, but at least you can still do your part and stay involved. If you're not happy with the way things are going, run for office. And then also you can always run to go to convention and attend trainings to get more knowledge about what's going on and how to be a stronger advocate for your union. All right.
Do you have a special skill set? Does technology come easy to you? Do you like to talk and meet new people? Are you experienced in your craft? Or how about coordinating events? I know that if we all take a personal look at ourselves, we'll find something that we're really pretty darn good at. And my first position in my local chapter was secretary. But that passion, meeting new people, membership, I volunteered to take that on. And before that, before driving a school bus, I was community outreach. So that was my strength. I knew I could do it, and we've been very successful. So everyone, think about what you can do to join in and strengthen this chapter. Next slide, please.
All right, so we all know that we all want a strong chapter, right? And I can tell you, I've been around for a long time now, and it has been proven that those chapters that have strong leaders, that have members that want to get involved, they have the best contracts because they fight hard and they have a lot of teeth behind them doing that. One of the things that we've been seeing through this COVID is that a lot more people are joining virtually to the chapter meetings. I know in Kennewick Paris, we had over 100 so members come to a virtual meeting, and we've been having around 50 on average. So that's almost doubling. And then tonight for this meeting, we had about 350 people register. I think about 180, I think was the highest or around there. But it's almost doubled or tripled what it would be if we were to do this in person. So that's just something to kind of think about for the future. I'm not saying every meeting, but to start thinking about incorporating some online meetings. And then organizing community events. I know that Kennewick Transportation, the one that Chris Druce is with, they're always doing something, whether it's, you know, giving things to nursing home, doing, for Halloween, they'll set up a booth and give out free candy to the community with a sign that says PSE drivers and attendants to kind of get their name out there to say, hey, we do give back to the community. So it's just, there's all different ways that you can strengthen your chapter. Next, please. Travis.
So let's make it fun. We all love our jobs and we all love to have fun. As Laurie mentioned, in transportation, we had fun at Safe Streets. Debbie Crosby remembers that. This past year they did a haunted school bus right down at the park. We're very strong with the Richland Veterans Day Parade. Fun times. And of course, during chapter meetings, everybody loves to win prizes. How fun is that?
And that is one thing that that you can easily do is some chapters will just have you, when you sign in, you get a door ticket, and then they're giving baskets away, and somebody could volunteer to put those baskets together. That's fun, and it's not you're spending someone else's money, and it's fun doing it.
And that's it. Is this for me? I guess it is. How will we benefit from more participation? When we're strong, we show management that we are unified. Power in numbers helps us workplace and our camaraderie. And as always, it will make our working conditions so much better. Next slide, please.
Okay, so as we all know, if we don't know what our rights are, then how can we be strong, right? Because we're not going to make the district, the employer, stand up for what our rights are. So it's so important to make sure that every single member has a copy of the collective bargaining agreement and the chapter bylaws. And if it's not easy to get out and to disperse that to everyone, they're online on the portal, through Connect, like we told you. So there's a lot of ways that we can provide copies to our members. Always make sure that your members know how to reach you. I know every year the Kennewick, they have a new name, but they'll always be the Paris to me until I figure it out.
KAESP.
KAESP, yes, thank you. They will always make a list of updated building reps and everything, and they give it to management, they give it to the members, so that way they know who to contact depending on what need they need. And then provide documentation to them on all the links that are available for information, kind of like what we talked about earlier with on the PSE portal and Connect.
Marcy Overturf just mentioned making sure they have the Weingarten rights on the card, which is a great suggestion, Marcy. We should all have one of those in our wallets.
I don't know what's with the slide. We can't see it.
I can't see it, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure why that one's not displaying.
Do you have it in front of you, Chris, or?
Yeah.
Travis, if you just highlight the text and click white, it'll show up. For some reason, all of that text is black.
Oh.
Just hit white up on your toolbar way on the top, and you.
Sorry, everyone. Bear with us.
It's okay. There it is.
There it is. Good catch.
Thank you. Communication is the key.
And we just want to remind everyone to please stay so that you can get into the drawing for the grand finale.
Let the membership know that exciting events and happenings, all about the exciting events that are happening in your chapter and the workplace. Always make sure that you can find a way to distribute information. Connect is a great tool, and more chapters are starting to use that. We still have social media. We have Twitter. We have Facebook, things that we can distribute information. Remind all of our members that without them, this work cannot be done. Spread the good news. Have a member of the month. What a great idea. Recognize members for their hard work within the workplace. Let's get a committee together and put out a newsletter. That is a good way to distribute to everyone upcoming events. And that's the next slide is yours, Laurie.
All right, so has this convinced you all that you need to get more involved? I'm sure that there is something that you could do. If you don't know how to get a hold of your local chapter leaders, you can always reach out to the zone director, or you can always call us at this PSE number and we will definitely assist you. I mean, just if you could even ask a president, what little things could you do? Because that's how our leaders get burned out, is they try to take it all on themselves. And so just something small could be very big to one of your local chapter leaders. So thank you guys for listening, and get involved. We need you.
Okay, everybody, we have Ray Trevino next. We'll be talking a little bit about our COPE program and what that's about and how you can help support COPE. And then we'll just a couple more things about just under 10 minutes, we should be done for this evening. And we'll draw those prizes tonight.
Thank you, Chris. Speaking of getting involved, as Schmidt said, Committee on Political Empowerment, you always see us have a table at convention. This is a little different and unique. What does Committee on Political Empowerment do? It creates a stronger voice. And that's what we need. It goes beyond the local level to your state and federal level. And it's important that we obviously utilize this because the contributions help us ensure that our elected officials will be held accountable to putting working families first. Why is this important? As you know, having political power is crucial to growing our union. And it creates positive impact on funding, education, plus wages, benefits, and working conditions for PSE union members. So it's paramount that we go out to our members and try to get them to donate to COPE, be part of it, and to help us in that. And the way to do it is obviously, how can I do this at the chapter level? Just no different than when you're getting members to become members. We're also getting them to be involved with COPE, drastically telling them the importance of having COPE. You know, consider COPE, you know, you always say members have a voice. Well, COPE gives you a broader voice, a louder voice. You'd be the one, if you had COPE and you were in a car, they would pull you over because your loud ordinance of sound would be so high, you'd get a ticket. Now I want you all to get a ticket because COPE means we need to be loud as a union, not only at our local level, but at our state and federal level. So it's paramount that we get this program going beyond where we're at, and we're doing great, don't get me wrong. But when we get every member involved and they can't make it to the meetings, this is one way they can by contributing to COPE. So help, if you need help at your chapter levels, let us know. Make sure that you are having this at your union meetings or when you're talking to new members or previous members. And Travis, if you want to just help us, how do we do it electronically on the portal? That would be great. You're on mute there, Travis.
Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, you can just go ahead and go onto the portal, and I know we're running a little bit short on time, but if you have any questions on how to donate, there is a COPE tab there, so you can just go on there and make your donation straight on the portal.
I have a really quick question. Are chapters able to make a one-time donation? Because I heard we were talking about that. Is that a possibility? Does anyone?
They're still working on that, Schmidt. You're right. We're still working on see if they can just make a contribution, but I don't think we've got to that point yet. But we're still working on it.
Okay, thank you.
And now we'll have Michelle talk about the emergency relief program.
Thank you. I'm going to do this real fast because I know we're running out of time. One of our incredible benefits as members is the Emergency Relief Fund. It provides financial assistance to members who are going through specific hardships. All of that information can be found on the portal and the application to receive that benefit as well. But it is completely funded by our own generous members and donations. And our biggest fundraiser for this program is convention. Unfortunately, we're not at convention this year, so we are encouraging each chapter to look at their bank accounts and see if they can afford to make a donation to ERF to help some of their members during some very, very trying times.
Okay, everyone, so we're just about to wrap up here. Just wanted to see, are there any other last minute questions or anything for the good of the order? I know we're a little bit over time, our apologies, but I think there's been some really good discussions. So unless there was anything else, I think we can go ahead and move on. Were there any other questions?
I did see one question that I kind of wanted to bring forward that might want to bring up. We had a couple of members that asked about is would chapter elections for officers ever become where we can do that electronically? And right now at this time, I just kind of wanted to share that chapter officer elections, the reason why we can't do them electronically is because the National Labor Relations Board hold elections at a much higher level than we do when we're voting for just, for documents and whatnot. That we have to ensure that every member has the ability to vote in a secret ballot. And that is something that we're not able to ensure that every member has the ability to do a secret ballot anonymous vote through the electronic offers that are there today, because you might have some members who don't have a computer, they only have a flip phone, they don't, we still have a lot of members that don't have the internet access to do that work. Also, a couple other regulations that we just cannot meet. And so until we get some more direction from the National Labor Relations Board, we won't be able to do chapter elections that way.
Awesome, thanks, Christopher. So great, let's go ahead and move on to the moment we're all waiting for here. But first, we quickly throw up our final poll question. I know that this week we would have been gearing up for convention regularly. So we tried to put together a really fun and interactive 2 weeks for everybody. And we just want to know, was this meeting an effective use of your time? And also, do you like attending meetings virtually, such as on Zoom? Just trying to get a good gauge of what we can be doing as we all navigate this COVID-19 situation together before we can all meet again. So just wanted to pull up that poll question here.
Of 148 attendees, we now have 96 people who have voted so far. We are 100 have voted.
Excellent.
I think we're slowing down at about 110.
Okay, so while we go ahead and have those last few votes coming in, let's do the moment we're all waiting for here with our giveaway. So as I mentioned before, we have 2 giveaways up for grabs tonight. The first of which is a $100 gift card to Fred Meyer for groceries or gas. So we're gonna do the drawing live here. So let me go ahead and pull up my Excel sheet here and show everybody. So, oh, and we got the poll results here really quick. Great, it looks like overwhelmingly a lot of you really thought this was a great use of time and to attend meetings virtually. So that's fantastic. We will continue looking at ways we can meet electronically. Okay, so if you take a look here, we have everybody who registered, listed, and assigned a number. So we're gonna start at 2 since the first column is first name and last name. So 2 is the first name. Let's see how many folks we have. And we have 394. So we're gonna put in the range of 2 to 394. And we're gonna generate a random number in that range. So our lucky winner of the $100 Fred Meyer card is, what was that number again?
268.
268. 268, let's see, that is lucky William Gerard. William, are you on the call?
If you're on, unmute and let us know.
Yeah, make sure to unmute. So get ready to unmute in case your name is drawn here. So William Gerard.
I'm not seeing a William Gerard in the participant room.
All right, well, got to be present to win. So let's go ahead and draw another here. So we're going to generate another number, 326. 326 is Christina Magana. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name. It's M-A-G-A-N-A. Christina Magana. Christina, are you on the call?
I'm not seeing a Christina in the participant room.
Okay. We're gonna draw
Sorry.
again.
Hey, look at all the chances that you get.
79. Let's see. Lucky number 79 is Christine Mayfield. Christine, are you on the call?
She is not.
Womp womp. All right. Lucky number 8 now. Stephanie Chavarin. Shaverin? Stephanie, are you on the call?
Nope,
Going
I don't
once,
have a, nope.
Going twice.
Keep going.
While we're doing this, I just want to remind everybody to register for the webinars next week. There's going to be a lot of great information, and especially on Friday, you don't want to miss Justin Patton.
Thanks,
So
Michelle.
our drawing is number 95, Yvonne Storaci, S-T-O-R-A-C-I.
Yvonne is on the call.
Hey.
Yay.
Congratulations, Yvonne. We will be in touch
you.
with you tomorrow with details on how you can redeem your Fred Meyer gift card.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yvonne, I'm going to
Absolutely. Thanks for
email
being
you.
on till the end.
Please keep an eye on that.
I will do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we do have one more fabulous prize to give away. This one is a $100 credit to the PSE store. So you could buy PSE merch and all sorts of stuff on there. So our lucky recipient is number 387. 387. Carolyn McFetridge. M-C-F-E-T-R-I-D-G-E. Carolyn.
Don't see that name, Travis.
Okay. 256. Let's see, 256. Debbie Fink. Debbie, are you on the call? It's a no on Debbie, it sounds like.
Nope.
Okay, drawn again. 23. Lucky number 23. Linda Winden. W-I-N-D-E-N. Linda.
Yes, Linda is on the call.
Hey, all right. Congratulations, Linda.
Congratulations, Linda. She's one of the gals from my school.
Yay.
All right, so we will be in touch with you tomorrow for details on how to redeem your PSE store $100 credit. Congratulations and thank you, everyone. That is our giveaway for tonight.
I just want to thank everyone again for joining us tonight. We miss you. We miss seeing you. But it was nice to see some of your faces right after the breakout group, especially faces without masks. That was nice. We miss you. We miss you. We really do. Please register for next week's meetings, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
See you next.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye.